Hey, hey, welcome. Look at these adorable little reindeer I have. I know that you've been waiting patiently to see these come to life, so here I am, ready to show you. I hope you love these as much as I do. I think you will. Let's see if we can get moving here. All right, so we're going to begin simply with, this is very caked on here. That is camel, okay? Let's see if I can find myself a little makeup sponge. So here's a makeup sponge. I'm gonna just cut the end off of it so you can see I used it for that blue. Just cut that end off so it's just a little bit, just where the paint is dried. And then brand new makeup sponge right there, okay? Super, super easy. And you can use this same one like, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. Comment reindeer, by the way. That is our keyword tonight. Hi, Brooke. Hey, Tammy. How are you? Hi, Denise. Hey, Brownie. Welcome, ladies. Hi, Dee Dee. Welcome. Are you new here? So happy to have you. All right. I'm using, this is camel, okay, paste for my reindeer. I'm just going to, you know, I probably need to do a paintbrush. I don't know why I started it like this. Let's do this instead. Okay, let me grab a color tray. Hi, Kathy. Well, welcome to the party. So happy to have you on my page. I do live tutorials basically every single day with different stuff all the time, different ideas. You're welcome to go back and check out any of my previous videos. And if you comment the keyword, you will get a message from me on how to get the stuff that I used. And you can also use that same message. There's a way that you can sign up to get live notices whenever I go live. All right, I'm just mixing a little bit of water here with my camel paste so that it is paintable. That way I don't have to try and take all night to paint these bad boys. Here we go. All right. This is the perfect deer color, I think. Hi, Lacey. How are you? Thank you so much for sharing, Kathy. I appreciate you. So anyways, tell me what you did today. I did a little bit of work. So I don't know if y'all know, but if you are a Chalk Couture customer or designer, you should have gotten an email today saying that today and tomorrow they are offering free shipping on all orders. So you can get that simply by going to my website, or I take it back, not all orders over $100, okay, before tax and shipping. So you can take advantage of that just by going to my website, which is chalkcouture.com/thepammyd, and placing any order, and in the checkout you will see that shipping will be free for anything over $100. So take advantage, my friends. You know, I'm loving how they're doing the little promotions these days, where it's just short ones and a lot of different ones all month long. So it's always a surprise. On the first of the month, we do get promos for the month, right? And sometimes they're short ones, sometimes they're all month long, and then they just pop up random ones throughout the month too, which is so much fun, I think. It really just kind of refreshes the whole thing, you know, so that you end up getting specials all month long. I just love that. Especially, y'all, free shipping is a big deal because, well, for designers now, we also have been getting flat rate shipping this month too. But it's so handy. I posted something on my page the other day, and I think it's funny that they did a free shipping because they say, you know, spend $100 and get free shipping. Well, that will encourage me to place a $100 order on anything. If I'm going to get free shipping, I will definitely spend more money to get it. Isn't that funny? Rather than pay $8 or $9. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Okay, so there are my little reindeer painted. I'm going to go ahead and do the bases the same color. Let me see if I can move this over here real quick. And then there are some little jingle bells and some floral stuff that we need to paint as well. and some little snowflakes. So we'll go back and do that in just a second. In fact, I might just go ahead. I have my Posca pens. I have a couple of them sitting right here, and then I can grab some other ones. I may just color those with Posca pens just to make it super easy. Okay, I had a little bit more water here, and I don't want this to be too runny, but to make it paint consistency, even if it's that really good creamy consistency already, just a tiny bit of water just makes it so smooth and easy to paint with. All right. Hi, Joanne. How are you? Happy Saturday, my friend. Welcome. Anyway, yeah, I've been laying around all day being just a lazy bum. I did get up and work a little bit earlier. I had some Etsy orders that I had to fill. But I had big plans for today, and then I did none of them, hardly. So I guess that's just the name of the game whenever the weekend comes. I do have things that I have got to get done tomorrow. Well, I say that. I don't have to, I guess, but I would like to. Like, I really want to get the garage. Hi, Mary. Our garage situated just because I hate walking out there. Okay, so there's my stands all painted up. Now, I do have a little bit of this paint still a little bit mixed. And I'm going to just touch these up just a little bit. All right. So these are going to be holiday reindeer. And I think it's funny, just in time for hunting season. My dad would see this and say, hey, that's looks familiar. But they don't have any horns, so they're not legal. Thank God for that. Hi, Sheila. How are ya? Welcome. Anyway, anybody else have hunters in their family that disappear basically all of November? Because that was me as a child growing up. Like, after Thanksgiving, my dad goes to the deer lease and, like, is coming home from it before Thanksgiving, and then after Christmas as well. Like, he's there long enough to celebrate whatever holiday, but then off he goes. And usually my brother and my nephew would go too, and Chris now too, which I think it's pretty hilarious. Okay, so there's that. And then let me grab these. Let's see if I can grab them. So here's one of my things of Posca pens. I have so many now. I'm going to use these to color with. I'm going to start with my snowflakes over here just because they'll probably need 2 coats. Oh yeah, easy peasy. All right, here we go. Hi, Katrina. How are you? How are ya? Thanks so much for joining me. I sure have missed you. Haven't seen you on in a while. Happy Saturday. All right. Y'all, these pens are amazing, and you don't have to use Posca pens. I've got some that are some off-brand, just chalkboard pens, and they work great. These are actually acrylic paint in them, so they're permanent, but they work amazing just like paint out of a jar, and no mess, which I am into that, okay? Cleaning paintbrushes is for the birds. Hi, Vera. How are ya? Welcome. Keyword is reindeer. If you want to get the supplies to make this on sale tonight. And I think this is a pretty simple one. We're going to use a pennant banner as well to make some little scarves for our little deer, because you know they're cold out there. They're not cold here in Texas. It is still hot as the devil outside. Hi, Marie. How are you? Welcome. But in the northern parts of this country, it is already snowing, y'all. Can you even believe that? I worked with some people Hi, Angela. How are you? I work with people in Canada, and they were telling me this past week that it was already snowing. And I'm shook by that. I can't imagine how in October it is snowing somewhere, but I guess that's the thing that happens. Even in Tennessee, I mean, it didn't snow a lot, but usually in January and February we would get snow. Never in November. We did last year around on Christmas. We got snow, which was fun to have it on Christmas, you know. All right. I love this green color. It makes it so easy and pretty. And these dry super fast, which is good because I'm putting my hand all over this snowflake over here and it's not wet anymore. So I don't even have to dry my stuff. Let's see. There are some little berries on these leaves. I'm gonna color those in with a pen too after I get done with the green. And then we have some little jingle bells too that I need to color. And I think I have a gold one. I have a silver around here somewhere. But we can do gold. I like gold personally, so that'll work. Okay, so I'm gonna so these are the background. This is the background greenery, so I'm not super concerned with it. But I do want to touch them just a little bit with color, just in case if I bought these, well, I bought some of them on Amazon, and then I saw a deal at Joann's was having a sale about probably a month ago now, where they had all their Posca pens on sale for 50% off, so I ordered some online. But normally on Amazon, I can send you that link where you can get them on Amazon if you like. But I always, if I see them on sale, I buy them. Just because I use them so frequently and they are so handy. 80 degrees, I know. Thanks, Lacey. This is actually a shirt that I got at one of our events for chalk. One of the girls designed it for our team. Which I love having team shirts, you know, where me and my soul sisters all have matching t-shirts. I love that. Y'all, I've made so many friends with chalk. It's really amazing to me because I'm not, I don't go out really, so I don't make new friends very often except for like work friends. And not saying that that's discounted at all because my work friends that I've made, I truly love. Like the other night, whenever I was, I dropped my friends off at their hotel after we had a dinner, whenever I had to go downtown last week. And I actually told those guys, I love y'all, whenever they got out of the car. And I feel like, you know, you got to tell people, if you love someone, you got to tell them. Don't make it weird or anything, but, you know, they love me too. So I appreciate knowing and telling people because you never know what's going to happen in life and you got to let people know. But yeah, work friends and my chalk friends, y'all, I've made so many since I became a designer back in 2021. I've been doing this for a minute now, for a couple years. Hi, Chelsea. How are you? Yeah, I can send you that link. Hi, Alma. What's going on? But if you're thinking that, you know, you want to get the discount or whatever, you should totally sign up for chalk because I'm telling you what, these women, especially on my team, we have the greatest group of women ever, ever, ever. I'm telling you what, I have had some of my greatest friendships have been born from chalk, not only for my customers, but also from my friends that I've made as designers, both on my team and not, okay? It's the most friendly women that you'll ever meet. And I've never really been a big fan of having women friends because of the ugliness that happens whenever women get together. It's not nice. But I'm telling you, these women that I have come across with chalk are absolutely incredible. Okay, so I'm going to do his, oh, this is a silver pin. I thought it was black, but it's actually the silver one. Here's my black one. Okay. Let me see if I need to turn this. There we go. All right, now I am going to do some little dots on their backs, but I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to let these dry entirely. Okay, so there's all of my painting done. Okay, this is a pinup banner. You can get it in my shop, or you can comment the keyword reindeer, and you can get it at a discount along with the rest of the stuff in this kit. Now I'm going to just cut off all of the seams on this thing. So it's a canvas pinup banner. Okay, we're not using it as a banner tonight, however. Yeah, Posca pins are the best. Paint pins in general. They just make it so simple to paint stuff. Small stuff, big stuff, whatever. And they have the big Posca pins where you can do bigger surfaces too, which is so handy, y'all. I hate cleaning brushes. I hate it. That's why I love those little makeup sponges so much, because then I don't have to clean any brushes. Oh, okay. So here's what we're going to do is, you know, I should have cut this straight across. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm going to just take this and I'm going to put a little cut right there and see if I can't tear this thing. There we go. Okay. Just like so. And we can also, you know, distress the edges if we need to. I probably should have, let's see if I can tear just a little bit. No. Not really working great to do that, but I can. I found the other night that I could do it like this. Let's see if I can move this over. This is the Nordic pattern, by the way. We're going to use that tonight. Let's see. Where's my little dilly? Well, thought I had it handy. This is the problem whenever I have too many paintbrushes in this thing. It's too many for me to be able to see. Here we go. Okay. Now, I'm just going to take my little X-Acto knife dilly and come over here and just kind of rough up the edge just a little bit so it doesn't look like a perfect cut. You know, these two have been living in the forest for a little while. Their scarves are not perfect. So I want the edges to be a little bit distressed. There we go. And I'm not cutting it or anything. I'm just kind of tearing up the edge so that it takes that straight cut edge that I made with my scissors and makes it look more like it was torn off of there. Okay. There we go. Even some strings hanging. That's perfect. Put that back over there so I can find it next time. All right. So here is our pattern we're going to use. And I want to go vertical. Okay. So because these strips are kind of small, I sort of want one of the smaller sides of the print down here. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to set it right in there. I'm not even removing this thing off of the backer. Okay. And then we're going to use cherry paste tonight. And I'm just realizing that all of my squeegees are in the other room. So we'll use a multi-tool, which will work just fine. with this. It does have a smaller squeegee on the end, but it doesn't matter. This is a small design anyways. So these multi-tools are fabulous for using this end to stir a jar of paste or ink. If it gets a little lumpy or dried out, you can add a little bit of water and then use that end to stir. It gets right into that little groove in the corner of the jar and works great to get that baby stored up and restored to its former glory. All right, there we go. It's perfect. Literally just using the lid of the jar. All right, so this is cherry paste. We're gonna use it for both of our little scarves. And I knew I was gonna have this issue where I'm completely stuck down, but I'm just gonna grab that little corner and look how cute that is. All right, now the other one, I wanna do a slightly different print for this one. So I'm gonna include these little deer up here, I think. So again, and I'm just leaving this right on the backer sheet, not even taking it off of here. I'll take this right into the kitchen here in a little while, and I will pull it off the backer sheet and clean it, and then I'll just use a board eraser to clean my backer sheet itself, okay? And then I'll just let it dry. The transfer will lay sticky side up on my dish mat that I use to clean my transfers on, and let it dry overnight, and then tomorrow I'll come back and I will put it back on the backer sheet and hang it back up in my room, and it'll be ready to go for the next time. All right, here we go. We are almost there. Perfect. This multi-tool is just right for this, actually. So I actually take mini squeegees sometimes and I'll cut them in half to make a smaller squeegee. That's about the same size as that multi-tool is. All right, pull that off, and again, it's perfection. I'm gonna just let that sit right there. I'm gonna move this over. And then we can dry both of these and start putting our little deer together. Again, you can comment the word reindeer to get all of the supplies that you need. To make this project, of course, at a discount from me. So I will send you an invoice, and then once you pay that invoice, I will place the order for the transfer and the pennant banner online, and then I will send you the cutouts separately. And right now, shipping, well, I take that back. Shipping over $100 is free on my website. So make sure that if there's anything that you've been eyeing, that you go on there and grab that with no shipping costs today and tomorrow. But it's orders of a minimum of $100 before tax. So keep that in mind whenever you're shopping on there. And of course, if you decide that you want to do what I'm doing or just get the discount for yourself, you can always reach out to me and I can help you learn how to do that. We do get a 40% discount as a designer, which is amazing on chalk products. You still get a club transfer every month, and you still are able to get the club add-on. So like the cutouts that they've been doing for club lately, you can still get all that as a designer, but you also get a discount. And then if you decide that you want to sell it, I can help you do that too, but there's no requirement to sell anything. All right, that is dry. So we did use paste on this, okay? This is fabric, but it's not gonna get washed, so there's really no need to use ink if it's not gonna be a laundered item, okay? So keep that in mind. You can use paste on canvas and things like that that are not shirts. I mean, we could have used ink, but I feel like that's a little bit overkill for a piece of canvas that is going to be a decor item and not like a pillow or a shirt or something like a tea towel that we're going to put through the washer. It's just going to be going on my little deer. Uh-oh. I'm going to break that. So I think I need to go over my little berries one more time on those leaves, just to liven it up a little bit. And we can do that too. Let's see. There we go. Take my little Posca pen and just go over this one more time. Hi Anita, how are you? Welcome. Oops. There we go. All right. Let that hang out over there. We have these little bells we did. I think the gold is just right for that. Hi Lisa, how are you? All right, now I have my white pen and I just want to give my little deer some spots on their back. Just like that, okay? I'm not even gonna give them eyeballs. I hope that's okay. I don't think they need them. I think they can be eyeless and it'll be just fine. I'm drying my little berries that I drew on just now. Make sure that they're good and dry so that I don't accidentally smudge those. And then we can put all these all together. I do want to touch up this little one's nose. Might as well give this one more go too. There we go. All right, just a little better. And of course, you could do red noses too if you like. All right, so I have I'm not sure about a glue gun here, but for these smaller pieces, I'm going to use this Eileen's Tacky Glue. You know, I have an open one over here, I think, but go ahead and open a new one. That's fine. Okay. Oh, I love this glue because it dries clear. Uh-oh. I went a little overboard there. Luckily, it dries clear. Because I had a lot come out there. All right. There we go. Now, this is going to go on the small bell. Just like that. And this is the precise reason that I like to go ahead and paint the background piece, even if it's not going to show. Just in case I don't line it up perfectly. But I love this tacky glue because I can line it up on there. And it gives me a little bit of grace, which I need a lot of whenever I'm gluing, to move something around a little bit before I really commit to it fully. So this one's for the big bell. Really don't need that much glue, I'm sure, but that's okay. Here we go. So if you decide that you want this, you can just comment, I want that, and I will invoice you. You don't even have to comment the keyword. Happily, I will do that. Or you can comment the keyword reindeer and get the link and decide for yourself what parts of this you want. Just remember that if you've never messaged with me before, you probably won't see the message pop right up. You will have to probably go to your message requests. But then once you start interacting with me in messages, then you won't have to do that again. Okay? All right, so here's what I'm thinking. Now, this doesn't have to be perfect, but that is how I imagine that to go. So I'm just going to get a little bit of glue, put that on the back side right here where it's going to sit on his neck. And then I can put one more dot here. And fold this thing over and one more dot there, and we should hopefully be good to go there. I do kind of want to trim all of this, like, random pieces of, all right. So there's my first one with his little scarf on, and then take this baby and do the same thing. Just kind of get that placement figured out first. And then one there and one here for his back of his neck. And then there we go. Oh, goodness. Hi, Gwen. How are you? Let me turn this a little bit so that you get... Now, I'm kind of fixing that up to where the fold is just right. And trimming off the little stringies. And we can even probably fold that over. Kind of, there we go. Oh, that one's the same way, darn it. Oh well, that's okay. All right, so here's my other little scarfy guy. And we can add a bell. And we have a couple of little snowflakes to go on. There we go. And then I want to put the bell on his scarf. Hi, Wanda. How are you? So there's my first little bell and my snowflakes on. And then Here's my second one. I have a couple little stringies trying to get. Okay, so now for our stands. Each of the stands have 2 layers, so we're going to actually glue these together. So just a little bit of hot glue there. And that's perfect. And then our second one just gives it a little more stability to hold these up while they're standing. There we go. And then if you find that these are too snug whenever you try to put them in, just sand it a little bit. The paint sometimes will cause it to be just a little bit too tight, okay? Aren't these adorable? Look how stinking cute they are. Aren't they great? So again, you can come with the word reindeer. You can get all the stuff to make these yourself with the little scarves. Aren't those so cute? Anywho, I hope that you had a fabulous day today, and I hope you have a great day tomorrow. I will see you here on Monday. Make sure that you sign up for notifications by commenting the keyword and then clicking Get Live Notices. Thank you all. I love you, and I mean that when I say it. I will see you all soon. Have a good night.